Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Mixed Media Mayhem, which I'm combining today with Use This Stuff, which MK and I are using up as much as we can of things that we have in our stash that we have just way too much of. So today I am using some chipboard from Dusty Attic. This came in from MK's shop. I believe it was in the, I'm not going to say what box. It was in one of the monthly boxes. I just don't remember which month right off the top of my head. And so I'm going to pull the chipboard pieces out, and I am going to use those on this layout. Our Mixed Media Mayhem recipe for today is something green, some wood, and something wet. So I've got my green paper there. I am also going to use some green paint, and I am using some white paint. These are both Dylusions acrylic paint. That is my something wet item. And then I will be adding some wood at the very end. In all honesty, I totally forgot there was supposed to be something wood on it, so I had to add stuff at the end. But you know, chipboard is a lot like wood, so I don't know if that even counts. But I will be adding a little bit of wood at the end, and I'm going to be using a Wink of Stella black shimmer pen to modify that wood. So that is also something wet. So I'm going over the acrylic. I'm going to end up going over it a couple of times with the white, because what happens is it kind of just, it doesn't really soak in, but it doesn't stay really white with the chipboard being as absorbent as it is. And so I go over it 2, maybe even 3 times to kind of maintain that really white, bright white appearance. And so I'll let it dry in between all of my layers, and that really does help. You could also go with a layer of gesso and then a layer of white paint, or actually you could just gesso it and a couple of times, and if you're using white gesso it would be white. But I wanted it to have a little bit of a glossy look, and this acrylic paint does have a glossy finish to it. Once I figure out which pieces are overlapping that navy blue stripe, then that portion will be painted green on those circles. I just have to figure out the placement first before I go ahead and alter the chipboard for that. So I'm going to rip this navy blue striped paper. This is a piece from Heidi Swap's Set Sail. I love this paper. I bought several sheets of it at Joann's at like 30 cents a sheet because I really like the navy blue stripe. And I think it's very usable and super versatile. The other piece of paper is from Bo Bunny. It is from a really old collection. It's Bo Bunny's Color My World, or Color Your World, I believe. And I really like this collection. I wish I had more of it. I didn't use it back when I got it years ago. And I'm kind of regretting that I didn't get a lot more of it, because it is super cool. I'm trying to see on the paper. Yeah, it doesn't actually tell me on the label how old it is, at least not on the packaging that I have. But super cool. So I am covering the dragonfly up, because it doesn't really have anything to do with the particular layout that I'm working on. But there's little tiny dots on that green paper that are navy blue as well. So I thought that was perfect to go with this paper. I did ink up the edge of the paper in dress blues, and I just went straight with my ink pad right onto the paper and kind of got a messy edge, and I'm totally okay with that. I like the way that that looks. This is not supposed to be a perfect inking job or anything like that, so I'm good with that. If you're wondering what those photos are, I took my little one that I take care of to Rock and Jump, which is like a trampoline center. And they have this big, huge airbag, and it's green. And so she was jumping into that airbag and asking me to throw her in, which I did. And then every time she'd get out, she'd ask me, "Can I throw you? Can I push you in? Can I push you in?" And I kept saying, "No, no, I've got my keys in my pocket and my cell phone in my pocket, and you're not supposed to go in with those things in your pocket." And then one of the times that she didn't ask me, and she did push me. And so that's us sitting in the big inflatable airbag thing. It was fun. After that, I just decided to set my keys and my cell phone to the side. It was really a small group because it's like a tiny tots hour that you get to go in, or a couple hours that you get to go in. So there weren't very many people back in this section. It was like us and one other family that was back there. So I set everything to the side and I let her go ahead and push me in a few times, and we had a good time. So that's what that is all about. And this layout is probably going to be for me. It's not really for her. I might do another one for her. I don't know, but I just thought it was a fun time and kind of showcases our relationship. She's super playful and a lot of fun, and we always have a good time together. So I've decided where those circles are going to go, and I just kind of marked off that top one so that I could put some green paint on it where it's overlapping the blue stripe, and I really like the way that that's looking. I am using a little bit of fun foam to pop the photos up onto so that they are supported because they are overlapping those chipboard pieces. There is a void underneath the photos if you don't put something over them. Now I went through and I found some pieces from a really old Prima collection called Saint-Tropez, and that's what those dark blue pieces are from, or those foiled blue pieces are from. The one of them says you and me, and that's going to go on the photograph, but it's probably going to go at the top of this photograph on the right hand side. And then the other one says take me to the pier, or show me to the pier, or something like that. And I'm going to put a piece over it, over the part that says pier, that says adventure. So it'll say take me to the adventure, or show me the adventure, or something like that. And I thought that was perfect because we are off on another daily adventure, which we really enjoy, going places and doing things together. I'm going to be sad in the fall when she goes to preschool, and but you know, on the other hand, I will have her baby brother, so I'll still get to see her, but it won't be our daily adventures like we do now. Just another change. So I've dug through that collection, and I've pulled out a couple of other little foiled bits there, and I'm going to see which ones make it on the layout. I also pulled out a few chipboard pieces. A couple of those, the dark blue corners there are from a really old Project Life chipboard set, and I think the same with that tab top, not the one that I just put in, but the other one that is laying off to the left hand side. The one that I did put in to the top of the first photo, or the left hand photo, is also from the same collection as the background paper, I believe. Anyway, pulling out a bunch of embellishments in blues and greens and seeing what I can make work. I didn't bring any fiber with me on this particular trip that I took, so I did bring, aside from floss, so I brought embroidery floss, and so I'm just doubling up some blue embroidery floss here and tying it in an overhand knot to put through the hole of that little tab that's at the bottom of the photo there. And I think that's nice. I like that the fiber kind of brings a little bit of a pop of color down in that corner, brings the blue down there, aside from the chipboard piece, the chipboard corner, which I have covered mostly with that other turquoise piece. So also I think that the turquoise works well because the left-hand side of that green paper has a little bit of turquoise in it. So anything in those blues and turquoise is going to work on this page, or green. My title, I was really actually going to put, I think I had the word yay friend, or hey friend, and I don't end up using hey. I just end up using although it looks pretty good right there, I don't end up leaving there. I'm going to put it up here at the top, and that is just a foam thicker, and I'm going to leave the hay off, and I'm going to move that blue circle that says take me to, or show me the adventure, or something like that, up at the top. So it'll be like a little show me to the adventure friend type of deal. Hopefully that makes sense. And then in this thicker pack, there were these little arrows and these little squiggly lines that look a little bit celebratory. So I thought I'd use those, and the fact that they are foam and you can kind of manipulate them to go in, I can make them hug the circle there. and worked really well, and I really like the way that that looked. So that's what I decided to go ahead and use and it's bringing in black, which I didn't originally have on this layout, but I don't mind it, so I'm going to go ahead and go with it, and I don't alter my letters. I probably could go over the top of the black foam with something like some Nouveau Mousse to kind of alter the color and change the finish on it, but I'm just going to leave it. I kind of like it the way it is, and I think it looks kind of cool. Okay, so here is where I realized that I hadn't put any wood on this particular layout, and so I went through my wood veneer. I have a lot of wood veneer that is just either generic or I don't even know where it came from at this point. So I know some of it's from Kaisercraft, but a lot of it is just random stuff. And so I have these little arrows which look a lot like those foam arrows, only the foam ones are a little bit more imperfect than these ones. But I decided to use these, and instead of doing them in a row of arrows like the 4 that I've got to the right of that right-hand photo, I'm going to use these kind of pointing into some corner areas to create a little bit of movement or emphasis on the photos or the embellishments, and I think that's going to look kind of cool. And so you can see up by the word friend, I've got a couple of them up there. I'm going to go ahead and modify those. Those 2 are a little bit smaller than the other 3 because I really want the main emphasis to be on the photos rather than just the title work. And so that is where I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 larger ones. And then the 2 smaller ones, again, are going to go up by the title. Now, any journaling that I do is going to be on those navy blue lines to the right or the bottom of the photographs there. And I'm going to keep it pretty simple. So I think it's going to look all fine and good when it's all done. You're not going to get to see my journaling. I don't often show that on camera, just especially when it's related to the kids that I take care of, because I want to respect their privacy. And in the close-ups, you'll see that her photo is also blocked off so that you don't get to see that. But I do want you to be able to see the layout in general, so I hopefully that is understandable for you guys. So that is pretty much it, you guys. Here come the close-ups. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to go and check out everyone who's playing along with Mixed Media Mayhem. The list is down below. And don't forget to check out MK's channel to see what she has done. Also in September, MK and I have a new class coming up, Blank to Bold 2, which is a mixed media class. It is available on her website, Some Assemblage Required, so you can go and check that out if you are interested in it. There wasn't a lot on this page, but I do have other layouts coming up later in the month with a lot more mixed media, so you can check that out as well. And I will put a link to the class down below in case you're interested. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.